Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today I am doing yet another tag video. I am doing the intimidating TBR tag. TBR stands for to be read, and it really refers to books that you own but haven't read yet, not books that you just want to read sometime in the future but don't own yet. Although you can use it that way too if you want. But in this context it just refers to books that I have on my shelf that I haven't read. Anyway, let's just get into this. Number one is a book that you've been unable to finish. I'm going to go for Tomie by Junji Ito. I did begin this book in the spring, I think. I participated in a Tome Topple, which is a readathon where you read big books. This one is quite large. It's definitely over 500 pages. I made it about halfway through. It is a pretty slow read and it is quite repetitive. And I am definitely going to read it. I just sort of didn't get very far in it. I had other things to do at the time. But I haven't picked it up either. It is in my TBR jar, so it is a title that I am planning on reading. It's just that I haven't picked it, and I haven't been picking from that jar in a while, but I will get to it eventually, so I just haven't finished it yet. Number two is a series you haven't had time to finish. I have started reading this, but I just don't have the time to read all of this in one go, and it really does take time out of everything else. It just feels like so much time that you have to invest in one single series. I want to read it at some point. I want to read it in the near future. I have read about the first 25 volumes, but there are 72. You know, this is a long crazy series. That's Naruto. This is volume 68 because I can't reach volume 1. It's really tucked away. But yeah, I have not had time for this. I don't know how anyone has time to read these crazy long series. I'm gonna make time eventually. I'm gonna have to pick away at it slowly, but yeah, I just haven't had time to this point. It's a lot of time. Number three is a book that you haven't read because it's a sequel. I'd actually crossed this off, but I actually have an answer for it since writing down these questions, and the answer is the sequel to Naruto. I haven't picked that up because I haven't finished reading Naruto. It's 72 volumes, like I said, and now a sequel is now in print and publishing, and that's Boruto. I haven't picked, well, I have started buying it, but I haven't actually started reading it. I don't actually know where it is. It hasn't made it back onto the shelves yet, so yeah, I haven't been able to read that yet because it's a sequel, and it's gonna be some time before I do. Number four is you haven't read it because it's brand new. This is not brand new. It is out of print, but it is brand new to me. I literally just got it yesterday. I am so excited to have it because it completes a series, and I have been wanting to read this since it started releasing, and I just never picked it up at the time because I wasn't buying manga at the time. And that is Lady Snowblood, Volume 1 by Kazuo Koike and Kazuo Kamimura. I'm so excited to read this. You have no idea. I am really looking forward to it, and I am so excited to have a complete series of it, and it was amazing finding it yesterday. Number five is a title that you haven't read because you've read other titles by this author and haven't liked them, and that will easily go to anything by Inio Asano. I did read What a Wonderful World, absolutely loved it, thought that Asano was going to be one of my favorite authors. I have since read Girl on the Shore, absolutely hated it. You know, never would want to pick up an Asano work again if that was the first title I've read. I've read Goodnight Poon Poon. I didn't care for it. I understand that it's beautifully written and that it's an interesting kind of magical realist type story, and you know, it's fine with me that people like it. It's just not for me. But I'm not feeling encouraged, I'm not feeling any kind of need to pick up Asano's work except for to prove to myself that Asano's not for me. So anyway, I have Solanin, and it's one of the titles that everyone says that you should start with when you're reading Asano, but you know, I don't know, like I'll read it because it's in my collection and it's has to happen, but I'm not terribly interested in it at this point. Number six is a title that you haven't read because you're just not in the mood. I have had plenty of opportunities to read this and I just am not in the mood. And that is Buddha by Osamu Tezuka, and I think just because of the historical and religious nature of what this work is, I just haven't been in the mood to pick it up. It was in my TBR jar for this year. I did take it to my room to read. I flipped through it a little bit, but I'm just not in the mood at this time. I know I'm going to want to read it. I know I'm going to enjoy it when I read it, but just not today, and maybe not this year. Number 7 is a title you haven't read because it's huge. That would be this one here. As you can see, it's quite large. This is the Colossal edition of Attack on Titan, so it is a significantly larger trim size. If you compare it to little standard size manga, here you go. This is what it looks like. Let's get it in frame. So you can see it's a significantly larger trim size and significantly more pages. This is actually 5 volumes of the manga in one. In addition to that, it is floppy because it's a soft cover, and it is very heavy because it's got a really high gloss, high quality page, so it is very heavy, very awkward, and really the only place you can read it comfortably is at a desk, and that's not my most favorite place to read, so I haven't picked this up yet. I will, but I haven't yet. Number 8 is a cover by that you haven't read because you have since heard poor reviews. Now, I might be answering this question a little bit wrong, but I'm going to pick A Silent Voice. I originally was hesitant to pick this up. It's not a cover by for me. I was hesitant to pick it up because I actually don't like the art style in this, and also because there are no bad reviews about this title. I've never heard anyone say anything negative about this title, and in my opinion, that's not a good thing, and it doesn't bode well for a comic, because generally when someone loves something so completely, it's generally doesn't come from a place of kind of critical reading. It's more of a place of kind of pure love, which is perfectly fine, but it doesn't necessarily translate into me liking it because I'm more of a critical reader. So I'm already kind of hesitant about picking up anything where I hear no bad reviews. And then since then, the person who knows my manga taste the most, who is my sister, has read this and has told me, you're going to have some real issues with it. And that also kind of puts me off. You know, I've kind of come to accept that even the people that I really trust for reviews really enjoy this title, but there are some problems with it that I think nobody has brought to light, and I'm nervous about reading it because I don't want to dislike it either. You know, I don't read things to dislike them. I am a critical reader, but I don't want to dislike things. So I'm a little bit concerned about reading this title, and I've been pretty hesitant to pick it up because of all the good praise, but as well as that one negative praise. So, you know, it's something that I will read, but I'm not entirely sure when that's going to happen. Number 9 is your most intimidating read, and that would be this here, which is the Showa History of Japan series by Shigeru Mizuki. It is an older work, which usually means it's got a slower read. It is a nonfiction title, which means that it requires more attention. It is about war, which is my least favorite topic in all of anything, especially modern, true war. I dislike it intensely, and it's huge. So, like, for me, it's got so many problems, but it's beautiful. It's by a creator that is not only praised, but is absolutely just wonderful, and he should be read. It's about an important topic that you can't ignore even if you dislike it, and, like, it's beautiful. Look at it. Like, it's one of my most beautiful series ever. So yeah, definitely the most anticipating. Doesn't mean that I don't plan on reading it, doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to reading it, but it sure scares me, and I definitely, I'll pick it up and I'll be like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't pick this up. I should pick something else up instead. Yeah, I'm really glad to have it, but it'll take me some real effort to be in the mood to be reading that series. It is epic and vast and intimidating. Anyway, that's it for this tag. Thank you so much for watching. I will be tagging people in the box below. Definitely go and check to see if your name is there. If I haven't tagged you and you want to do this tag, please feel free. Let me know if you decide to do it, and I will go and watch your video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.